All right, guys, welcome back. It's Set for Life with Nick Sapienza. He joins us in studio today. Thanks for being back.
Yep, good to be back.
If you guys are just joining us, we're covering basically financial tips. So we kind of talked about kind of like building your financial plan, but today we actually have a question from our very own Adam Olivier all about budgeting, which I feel like it gets harder year after year, where things that you used to be able to afford comfortably, now all of a sudden you can't.
Right. Yeah, this is a timely topic. I mean, every time you go to the grocery store now, like you think, okay, I've got 10 things. Like, it's going to be under $100.
Absolutely.
And you're always surprised.
Always shocked when that receipt comes out.
When that comes in. But broadly speaking about the topic of budgeting, this is something that people do talk about from time to time, but no one actually follows.
Okay.
I've been in finance for 10 years. There's, out of all my clients, friends, family, I know exactly one person that follows a monthly budget and reassesses that budget every single month.
I have to admit, like, I like the idea of a budget, but for me, it's hard to be like, oh gosh.
It's just like anything else, a diet, working out, like it sounds good, I should do it, but it's just hard to get me to actually do it and follow it. But here's the thing that you'll find out when you go through the process of budgeting. And technology, of course, has made this really easy. I use an app called Copilot. Some people use Rocket Money.
Okay.
And all you have to do is download the app, plug in your bank accounts, credit cards, and it will populate all of that information for you. You don't have to go sit and balance your checkbook anymore, right? So it makes that a lot easier. I think AI is going to help change that, make it even easier in the future. We'll see. But I have a 3-step process here. So the first step is doing that, tracking your expenses. You starting off, if you've never done it before, maybe do it every week, get to every month, and then at some point when you get into a rhythm, you can do it every quarter. But be mindful. That's really what it is. It's a practice in mindfulness.
Yeah.
If you're not aware, you're not in control. And so knowing, like, I mean, how many times have you gotten to the end of the month and you said, where did all this money go?
A lot.
Where did the money go? Right?
Like, what happened?
What happened? What did I spend this money on? And part of that is lifestyle creep. So it's the first step is knowing. The second step is creating 2 columns, like in Adam's case. If I were Adam, I'm going to create 2 columns. One is the non-discretionary expenses. That's what does it cost for me to actually live? Okay, that I can't not spend money on this. The second column is everything else, anything else. And then to his point, cutting out everything, like looking at that kind of with a fine-tooth comb and saying, do I really need to spend money on this for now? You know, cut that out. And then after, like we talked about the whole 30 for finances or budgeting, add stuff back in over time, but at least you know, like you've gotten rid of some of that lifestyle creep. Now the third part is a little bit more difficult, but you can only budget so much. There's a cost for you to exist, right? So there's a finite number there, plus it's kind of measurable. The second or the third last piece is to find a way to raise your income. Not always the most comfortable conversation to have. You're either looking for a side gig, a second job, an extra shift, or maybe in some cases you can skill up. You can invest in a certification or course and increase your skills and ask for a raise. The last thing, maybe not the most ideal, but it's job switching. People will tactically use this as a way to increase their income, and every time they switch, they get maybe a 10, 20, she liked that one, Jolie liked that one.
Jolie liked that one.
A 20 to 30% increase in their income by switching their job or switching their employer.
This is all great advice, and I think budgeting, it's hard for most people, so this is a great way to kind of take a look at your resources, your financing, and find out where you can budget.
Just think about ways that you can make it easy, and it starts with that inventory and using that app.
Well, Nick, as always, thank you so much. How can people contact you?
Search Nick Sapienza, Ritholtz Wealth. None of those are easy to spell, but
we'll put it on our website.
Take a screenshot of this in the background, and
it'll be on our website
too. It'll be on the website.
KADN.com. Adam, I hope you were taking notes, my friend.
Lots of great advice there that I certainly will be using here in the weeks ahead.